Hi everyone. The camera is lagging as usual when I'm outside in the cold because the fall is here. It's getting more and more yellowish. Welcome back to my appreciation and gratitude video number 5. And I have a feeling this is going to take a little bit longer than the other ones because this person has meant the world to me in the physical world and the emotional world. And this person I miss a lot in my life. I grew up with this person since I was a child in my neighborhood, as he was working as a janitor at the time. And he took me under his wings already back then, because he could see all my troubles, because I was an outsider and bullied. So he took me in when I came home from school and let me sit in his knee while he was driving the tractor. And yeah, so I made him my own godfather, if you can call it like that, because I don't have any godfathers, because I'm not baptized or anything. So I chose him to be my godfather, because he was my father figure when I was growing up. And his name is Kidde, that's his nickname. His real name is Christer, and he's also a drummer, one of the best that Sweden ever produced, in my opinion. He got an award in Växjö, where I grew up back in the 80s, for being the best jazz drummer, but he's a good rock and prog drummer as well. He's retired now, and when I grew up, when I started playing drums, he got a new job at the same time, and in a music store called Boogie Music, one of the most famous music stores that doesn't exist anymore in Sweden, with specialized people that really know their stuff. And Kidde was the drum guy and the packaging guy. He was packing stuff out for sale and selling drums, and being up in the store selling strings as well. And so he cultivated me with their I don't know how to express the right words here, because this is very emotional for me. Boogie Music was my second home from school when I was at my drum rehearsal room. So I grew up in that store and got to know a lot of people and meet a lot of famous Swedish people and international musicians as well that was coming through town. And he was the one that sold me my first drum kit when I was 11 or 12, I think. And all the other drums after that. I call him the drum whisperer and the cymbal whisperer because he has an ear for tuning and finding the right frequency in the cymbals with his ears. He can hear when a cymbal is not good enough. Oh, this is going to crack. This I will send back, and so on. So he taught me a lot of things, how to listen with my ears. And in the music business, it's a special place growing up in that community of musicians, because they were much older than me. And I always been more comfortable with elder people around me, because I am, what people tell me I am is an old soul, but a soul is just a soul. They have no age. So I felt very comfortable growing up, because it was a lot of jokes, and yeah, you people who are in that business know how the jokes are going in that business. And later, when I grew up, when I was starting to use drugs, he didn't judge me or anything, because he knows that life is a big lesson, actually. Life is the hard school of the universe, as I call it. And he meant so much to me growing up, being an adult, taking responsibility for my actions and so on. And I always came clean with him, no lies. If I have smoked a joint before I came down to the store, I will tell him and stay in the background and just chill or play some guitar, or because later on, when boogie music became Musikbörsen, you couldn't test the drums as you could back in the old days. So I had to play the guitars or the pianos or the keyboards. So I was always in the background listening with one ear open, with the headphones like that. Because sometimes I was standing with my back against them, so I couldn't see their body language, because people judge drug addicts in the background. That's a hard lesson I learned. They talk about you behind your back when you're not there, but he never did that. But when I separated from my ex-girlfriend at the time, back in 2015, I was going through a life trial. Later on, we got together again after 9 months, and he was always there, especially when my mom died, because he knew my mom very well and my father very well as also. So he told me a lot of stuff about my father that I didn't know, because my mother hated my father. So I have a lot of information, gratitude for his information. But back in New Year 2018-19, when I was living in Jämla with Daniel, a brother from another mother, like we say, he's younger than me. We started to share an apartment in Jämla, and that New Year, between 18 and 19, there was some distortion in the air, because I was seeing a girl and he was involved with another girl, my ex-girlfriend, and the girl I was dating was telling me some things about my ex-girlfriend, what she was feeding Daniel's head. And on New Year's Eve 1819, I got so fucking pissed drunk, and I was high as a motherfucker on weed. Don't combine alcohol and weed, guys. No. That ended up in a very, very big mistake. And after that, Kid cut off the connection with me, and that feels like shit, you know? Because I felt like I let him down, all my principles, because I never used to hit people, but that night I did, and I got judged. I got communal service for 3 months because of that. And he just cut the connection between me and him, and I miss him so fucking much. And if anybody sees that knows him, tell him, please, I love him. I miss him. I miss him a lot. Because I want to make things great again between us before he passes away. Because he's retired now. He's almost 80. And I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know anything. I don't have his number or anything because the phone book is a thing of the past now in this digital age. And I just want to connect with him again and tell him I'm sorry for all the things I've done. If I let you down. I came to his place one night drunk as a skunk, slamming his garage port open up in the middle of the night. And he drove me to my rehearsal studio where I kept my drums at the time, so I can sleep it off. But then when he quit working, I never heard from him anymore. And Kid, I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, man. If I ever let you down, it was the biggest mistake of my life, you know. I have so much love and respect for you. And I fucking miss you. I miss you so much. This is very hard for me to talk about because I was in a bad place at the time. My girlfriend at the time left me because I couldn't hold my liquor as good as she can do. I know I have issues I have to work with, but I crossed the border that I don't usually do. Because I was so angry at the time, and that aggression came out on poor Daniel. And Daniel was working at the music store at the time, so the rumor spread like a wildfire. And I miss all the gang from Old Boogie Music. I miss Janne, Anders, Fredrik, Bendrix. I miss the old crew, you know. And I'm going through my personal hell here. trying to solve all the knots in my head and my heart with all the things that comes with it, you know, the consequences of my actions. That's why I couldn't record when I haven't slept, because I wanted to be in good shape doing this. And I have nothing but the utmost respect and unconditional love for Kidde and the crew at Boogie Music. And you guys took me in like I was your own kid, you know. But I want to thank you, Kidde, for believing in me in my younger years, supporting my drumming and the other stuff I was going through at rehab. I miss you deeply. You're like my own father, you know. So when you leave this place, I'm gonna be totally crushed inside, but I'm going to be happy at the same time, because I know death isn't the end. It's only the beginning of a new world. So I just want to say, Kidde, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you.